And I wonder why the disciples were afraid. I know it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And you know, let's leave that alone. 3 o'clock in the morning, stuff go down. Everybody say, just be quiet. See, I'm sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, and the waves were raging and roaring. And Jesus is tapping on water as if he's Sammy Davis Jr. The reason why I pondered and wondered, y'all, because they knew what Jesus was capable of doing, y'all. They seen him, y'all. The disciples had the biggest fish fry known to man because he fed over 5,000 hungry souls. They seen him heal the sick, make the lame walk, make the mute talk, y'all, and the blind to see. That gives me a strong assumption that they put a limit on what Jesus can do. And sometimes we get just like that. Like the disciples, we put God in confinement. We put God in a box. But if he did a miracle for one thing in your life, he can do it for another thing in your life. Touch your neighbor and say, don't put a limit on what Jesus can do. If he can bring you out of one situation, if he can heal the cold, he can heal the cancer. Lord have mercy. If he can pay the car note, he can pay the mortgage. If he can bring you out of one circumstance, he can bring you out of another. Touch your neighbor says there's nothing too hard for God. And anybody is a living witness that you gave it all to God. You couldn't handle that hard situation. It was about to overcome you and overtake you. But you said, Lord, you brought me out of that past time. If you can do it then you can do it now. Somebody ought to shout that he did it then, but he can do it now. He did it back then, he can do it now. He blessed me back then, he can bless me now. Anybody been there? You was broke back then, but somehow he blessed you right now. You were sad back then, but now you're glad. If he did it before, he can do it. He can do it again. How can never say he can do it again? And guess what, y'all? I like about God, I feel good. What I like about God, if he can do it for Reverend Young, he can do it for Pastor Caine. Lord have mercy. If he can do it for Miss Irma May, where you at? Who had surgery, but she in the choir now. Lord have mercy. If you get to another surgery, guess what? You can come up into the church and say, I made it through the surgery. I had it on Tuesday, but I'm praising God right here on Friday. If he can do it again, do it before, he can do it. It's no secret on what God can do. My help coming. But what he's done for others, Pastor Kiss, he can do the same. So that's why you got to stop being mad when somebody else get blessed. Why you mad they riding their Cadillac? You don't know what it took for them to get the Cadillac. Shucks in here. See, people always want what somebody else got, but they don't know what it took for them to get it. Touch another, say, you don't know what it took to get me. All the sleepless night, I had to go broke. I was crying, I was aggravated, frustrated, devastated. You hating on me, but you don't know what it took to get where I got. Touch another, say, you don't know what it took to get what I got. So Peter says, Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you. Walking on the water. And I got to give Peter credit. He took a stand and he was bold. He no longer wanted to be a part of the crew, y'all. All right. Sometimes you got to get away from certain folk. Sometimes you got to move from certain people. Because some people will contaminate what God is trying to elevate. Such a neighbor says, some people you got to leave. Because some people are weighing you down.
What you say?
He said, I don't want to be a part of the crew he wanted to step out and get out of his comfort zone, y'all. And sometimes you got to step out, and step away of what you used to do.
Amen.
For God to fully develop you.
That's right.
Sometimes you have to go to an uncomfortable place.
Yes.
So God can place you in a higher position and move you to your purpose.
Preach.
It might not feel right, but somebody say step out.
Step out.
It might be difficult, but somebody say step out.
Step out.
You might have to struggle for a little while, but step out.
Step out.
You might have to change your environment and who you vibe with, but step out. Because when you step out, Jesus is saying you can really focus on me. So Peter gets his permission slip from Jesus to come out on the water. Look at that, y'all. He asked the man of God, Jesus bid me to come out. That understands he gives reverence to the man of God.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this, people of God, when you acknowledge the man of God, you will be able to do things you thought you couldn't do.
Amen.
But you got to give honor and respect to the man of God. Peter didn't just jump out the boat. He asked permission. Can he come out? He said, Lord, bid me to come out. And see, the problem is we too busy trying to go up, behind, and over the pastor and don't even ask the pastor for permission. Somebody say, you better ask the pastor for permission if you want to move a little higher. You know why? Because he's the watchman over your soul.
Yes.
And guess what? What he don't do, he will be held double accounted for. We will be held. That's why we got to do certain things. It might not be right to you, but it's right to God.
Oh, that's good.
Somebody say it's right to God.
Right to God.
Peter gets the permission slip from Jesus to come out of the water. And he begins to do the unthinkable. He begins to walk on the water, y'all. He does something extraordinary. Even though he's an ordinary man. That's exactly how Jesus operates. He takes ordinary individuals to do extraordinary things. But the focal point of this, he asked Jesus if he could come out on the water, which indicates submission and servanthood. That's a lesson for us. Some of us are in the wrong relationship. Oh, Lord have mercy. At the wrong job, in the wrong position or place in our lives, because we didn't consult or ask Jesus. Yes, you ask this person and that person instead of asking Jesus. And this is why you are part of the have-nots. Y'all know the show, The Have-Nots? The Bible says you have not. Y'all ain't with me. Y'all ain't catch that segue. The Bible says you have not because you ask not. You ask everyone else but God. So Jesus tells Peter to come. Peter walks on the water, but it's short-lived, y'all, due to the fact that he lost his focus. Why did he lose his focus, Brother Maddox? Because he focused more on his surroundings than the Savior. He let the winds and waves and strong waters dampen his faith. He let the environment and elements eliminate the reason why he stepped on the water.
Come on, preacher.
In the first place. He lost focus, y'all. And that's how some of us are. We allow certain things and people and negative energy that surrounds us to cause us to lose focus on Jesus. The Bible says he began to sink in the water. I feel my help, Brother Maddox. He began to sink in the water. The very water he was walking on, y'all. The very thing he once conquered is now conquering him. The very thing he overcame is now overcoming him. The very thing he once beat is now beating him. All because he didn't stay focused on Jesus. And we can relate to Peter, y'all. Yeah, we conquer certain personal issues and circumstances, y'all. But we took our focus. We took our focus on Jesus. The very thing we conquered began to cause us to sink and drown. And that's why you should keep your focus on Jesus. Anybody here want to keep their focus on the master? Brother Manners, I need you. Anybody here want to keep their focus on Jesus? If you really want to keep your focus on Jesus, you got to get your focus off of people and things. Because guess what, y'all? When you put your focus on the world, that's when you're going to begin to sink. And I don't know about you today, but I'm tired of sinking in my life. I'm tired of sinking in my finances. I'm tired of sinking in my relationships. Because the reason why I'm sinking is because I lost focus on Jesus. Is there anybody here that you need to refocus some things? Stop putting your focus on the things of the world. Because what profit the man to gain the whole world, but lose his soul? Touch your neighbor, say, neighbor, I'm going to focus on Jesus because I need to walk out on the water. Anybody here, you ready to walk on the water and you ready to go higher and higher in the Lord? Because we do know every round goes higher and higher. Pastor Young, I know sometimes you sink sometimes. I know sometimes the weight of ministry gets on you. I know sometimes you have some heartaches and you have some headaches. But Pastor Young, I just want to stop by to tell you from St. Paul Community Baptist Church, where we are located at 311 South Garfield Avenue. I just stopped by to tell you today, Pastor Young, keep your focus on Jesus. Because if you keep your focus, you're going to keep going up to another levels. Keep going to higher depths. Somebody say, yeah, I gotta focus. But I like in the text, even though Pastor Young, you might sink, you might sink. Anybody been sinking? Well, Lord have mercy. You in the water, y'all. The water is about to come over you. But I like it, y'all. Peter had enough sense. He went too arrogant, y'all. He yelled aloud, save me. Anybody here need the Lord to save you? If you need the Lord to save you, you want to stand to your feet and say, Lord, save me, save my family, save me, save my relationship, save me, save my job, save me. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, Lord, save me. I need you to work it out. I need you to turn it around. Somebody say, yeah. Say, yeah. Go to 3 people and say, can you focus on Jesus? Will you focus on Jesus? Because guess what, y'all? He'll take care of you. When you fall, he'll lift you. When you fail, he'll forgive you. When you're weak, he's strong. When you're lost, he's the way. When you're afraid, he's your courage. When you stumble, he steadies you. When you're hurt, he heals you. When you're broken, he mends you. When you're blind, he leads you. When you're hungry, he feeds you. When you face trials, he's with you. When you face persecution, he shields you. When you face problems, he comforts you. Turn to you, say, neighbor, neighbor, I'm going to focus on Jesus because he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. Come Come here, Pastor Young. I want you to walk with me. Come here, First Lady Young. You get this side, and you get on the other side. But I want you to walk with me. Guess what, Pastor Young and First Lady Young? If you stay focused, you can go higher. If you stay focused, things you couldn't do, you stay focused on Jesus, you'll be able to keep going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. I know it gets hard, but stay focused on Jesus. Stay focused on the Lord. Somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Somebody go to 3 people and say, I'm going to focus on Jesus. High five 3 people and say, I'm focusing on Jesus. Can you focus?
Focus on Jesus.
Somebody can't get where they need to be. The reason why Pastor Young been here 19 years, because he focused.
Yes, yes. That's right.
He focused on Jesus.
Amen. That's it.
Sometimes he may have sinned.
Yes.
But guess what? He had enough sense to say, Lord,
Yes.
save me.
Yes.
I can't do it by myself. That indicates Peter needed help. He needed some help, y'all. Pastor Young needs help, y'all. Being a pastor is not easy.
That's for sure.
You got to deal with people that like you 1 minute, smile at you 1 minute, and as soon as you don't do something they don't like, they frown at you. It's hard being a man of God, especially when you're trying to cover and watch over believers of God. Because there's sometimes the very folk you thought was lifting you was really pulling you down. Some people put on a spiritual camouflage.
Oh, yeah.
They act like they for you,
Oh, yeah.
but they really got a hidden agenda against you.
Oh, yeah.
But this man of God has steadied the course. This woman of God has steadied the course. It ain't been easy, y'all, folk. He can attest it ain't been easy. But thank God to be the glory. He had enough sense to say, Lord, save me.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
And I know some of the Macedonian members, you've been there to help him. If you've been there to help him, you ought to just clap, Macedonian members. The doors of the church are open. May there be one